Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of News You Can Use. I'm your host, Thera Martin Milling, and I am delighted for the opportunity to come back into your home or to the gym or to your work site, wherever it is that you happen to be watching LaSalle TV right now. On Comcast, it's channel 56. On Verizon Fios, it's channel 36. But we thank you again for joining us. Today on our program, in the first portion of the show, we're going to talk about the Wordsworth organization. And they work with families, trying to keep families together, trying to strengthen families, but also they work with a very, very tough, challenging part of foster parents and finding good foster parents to be loving and to open up their homes for some wonderful, wonderful children. So we'll tell that story. And then when we turn the page a little later on in the show, we're going to shine the spotlight on a basketball award-winning charter school that not only has a fame to claim for basketball, but for academics as well. And we are very proud of the Imhotep Institute Charter High School. So we'll shine the spotlight on them in the second segment. We'll be back in a moment to start our show. Hello, everybody. We welcome you to this edition of News You Can Use. And let's jump right in. I don't want to waste another moment. We are shining the spotlight on the Wordsworth organization. And I have to keep saying that carefully, Wordsworth, because I want to say Wadsworth, and that's not it. But I'm very pleased to have both of you wonderful ladies in the studio with me. Aunya Grimsley, correct?
Aunya.
Aunya. And then also Cassandra Williams. Thank you, both of you ladies, for being here.
Thank you.
And real quick, I got to tell the story how we met, because I'm such a nosy body. So we were at the ShopRite supermarket.
Fox Street.
Jeff Brown, I love you, Jeff Brown. And you all were sitting at a table doing your thing, handing out information, and I was already familiar with the organization because a friend of mine who used to work with me at the Allegheny West Foundation now works for you all. And so I just looked around. I said, well, I don't see her. So I started talking to you and saw what you were doing, trying to sign people up
to be foster parents.
To be foster parents.
Yes.
Wow. And you told me just before we started taping today, there's like 5,000 young people, children.
Yes, in the city of
Philadelphia, waiting for a home.
Yes.
Okay. So which one of you wants to start by telling a little bit of background information on Wordsworth?
So Wordsworth is a nonprofit organization. It's been around for over 60 years, and we do a wide variety of services throughout the community. We're well known. And just recently, we bridged off into having CUA, which stands for Community Umbrella Agency, and we're partnered with DHS. And basically, our goal is to strengthen families and engage communities and prevent kids from coming through the front door of DHS and prevent them from getting called into child line and being removed from their home. And so we work closely. One part of our CUA does case management. We do single family case management, and we have about 60 case managers working day in and day out in the 35th and the 39th police districts. And we service a large variety of communities, servicing their families. But on the flip side, our community engagement team is out trying to strengthen these families and engage the community to all work together.
Absolutely. I know it's so very important. And the two of you have different roles that you play at Wordsworth. And it's really kind of funny because originally there were 4 representatives planning on coming to be here today. And I said, oh, we only got 3 chairs. So we sort of juggled things up a little bit. But each of the roles that you play is so very important. So now, Cassandra, tell me what side of the team are you on?
So as a whole team, we are called Community Engagement. We have Strengthening Families, and then I am, along with my other partner, we are resource parent coordinators. So we recruit within the community, within the CUA, which is Region 5, the 35th and 39th police districts, and we recruit for resource parents, or what you may know as a foster parent.
We're having a 39th Police District meeting tomorrow night, by the way. I'm on the advisory board, and you're welcome to come.
All right.
You're welcome to come. Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And do you do some of that sometimes? Come to some of the advisory meetings to just show your face, to hand out some postcards or flyers or what have you?
We come out to as many events as we're invited to. We're always looking for events, and we use our CAB, our community board meeting members to get us information about events and festivals, and they're always sending us stuff. And as long as we get notice within the week in advance, we're able to come out and set up a table and just pretty much do recruiting.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So we're always in the community.
What are you looking for in terms of the foster parents? I mean, do you have to have been in a perfect life? I mean, realistically?
No, not at all. We look for foster parents from any race, any religion, whether you're gay, straight, black, white. As long as you just love children and you're able to pass the background checks, which is the criminal, child abuse, and FBI, and you have a home that's able to house children, and you're able to complete training, like, you can be a foster parent.
Okay, so when you talk about a home that's able to house children, some of us, like me, live in one of these old Germantown houses built back in 1920-something, and I'm not sure that all the paint is good paint. Like, I think there's probably some lead paint somewhere up behind 3 or 4 layers of paint that's been on that house in certain rooms. That kind of stuff would have to be dealt with before you could bring children in, correct?
Absolutely. There's someone, once you kind of complete your training and you go through the process, there's someone that comes out and they will do a home visit, and they will let you know everything that you need to get fixed in order for your home to be suitable for a foster child.
So then, even though you may pass everything, if the house isn't totally tight, that could be the stumbling block until you can get that fixed.
Yes. But we have agencies to help work with you, to help maybe get furniture, to get beds. If you may have a room, but you may not have a bed, or furniture, a dresser. So there are agencies that we use to help you out in that process.
And when you become a foster parent, either one of you can answer this if you want. You don't necessarily know how long you're going to have a child or more than one child with you. Is that not correct?
Right. You can have a child long term. Some of our kids do stay in care for a longer period of time, but there is also an option to be a respite parent. And basically that would be if, say we had a grandmom who says, I'm having knee surgery and I just, need some help for a few days. So we might reach out to you and ask you if you can, take this child for 3 days while grandmom recovers from her surgery. So you have the opportunity to say when you want to take a kid, how long you want to take a kid, it's up to you. It's your choice.
Okay. Now, your side of the team and what you do.
So I am a Strengthening Families coordinator, and I have a partner as well. And her and I, we basically go out into the community and find creative ways to strengthen families. So we do one part is we do parent cafes, and it's kind of a really fun event where we have a nice either dinner or breakfast, sometimes brunch, and we have just adult conversation with other guardians, parents, aunts, uncles. Some people come and they don't even have children, and we have a really good time, and people find that they have things in common with other parents. They're able to share their experiences. It's a judgment-free zone, and they just really, really enjoy themselves, and we have those 2 to 3 times a month. And we love to see new faces, and we love to see the same faces. And so we just invite everybody to come out and share a meal with us. It's free. We do provide childcare as long as you RSVP in advance, and we have a really good time.
Do you move those cafes around to different locations?
Yes, so we actually have this month in March, we have one coming up at Pennell Elementary School, which is actually this Wednesday, the 16th at 8:30 in the morning. And then we have one at the end of the month on the 29th at Logan Elementary, and that one will be at 11 a.m.
And where's Logan Elementary?
Logan Elementary is on Lindley, 1700 Lindley Avenue.
Right around the corner from
yes,
here.
Right around the corner. So they're all over. They're at schools, they're at churches, they're at rec centers. So we're all over, and the locations will change every month.
You all do such magnificent, such important work. What else would you want to share about becoming a foster parent, or anything that you think is important to share about Wordsworth?
Well, really important just about all of our events. All of our events are within our KUA region, so everything that we do is in the 35th and the 39th Police Districts. So we are really community-based, and we are always looking for parents. And like Aunya said, you may not want to you may not want to do it full time, but we also have part-time opportunities. So, you know, sometimes people think, you know, it's a lot to do, and, you know, we'll admit that it is a lot. So any kind of help that you're willing to put out there.
If I had my way, I would have both of you young ladies going with me to career days and whatnot at a bunch of different schools, so that young people could look at you, young ladies in particular. Look at my sisters. Look how they're dressed. Look at their demeanor. Look how they're sitting. This is the picture of womanhood and what a young woman is supposed to look like and how she's supposed to act. You got your education, your speech, your language, your demeanor, everything is on point. I'm so proud of both of you. And you're making a difference for young people. Give the website before we run out of time.
Okay, so it's www.wordsworth.org. And you can go on our website and you will be able to find information to contact anybody from the community engagement team.
Okay, and anything else you want to add?
We have an event coming up for a finance workshop, and we would love to have everybody. It's March 22nd from 6 to 8, and it's going to be at Giving to Self Partnership on Limekiln Pike. And so we also do other events every month, free massages and cupcake socials for our teens. And so
free massages?
Yes, free massages. We do a lot of different, we have spa day coming up for the ladies. And so we just really want to get out there and do some fun things. We have a vision board coming up at Steele Elementary School, and we're inviting all of our families to come out and create a vision for your family and for your children, for yourself. And so we really just want to be in the community, and whatever your need may be, we want to be able to fulfill that. So we definitely take suggestions.
Now, we gave out the website for Wordsworth. Is there a phone number that we can give out as well?
Sure, that is 267-766-2000, and you can press 0 in the operator, and you can ask for Cassandra or myself, Aunya.
Okay. Well, again, I want to encourage people who are viewing our program right now, who have thought about being a foster parent in the past, maybe thought about adopting. Maybe adopting is something you want to do down the line. Start out as a foster parent and see how well you do with that. And we know that you'll do well. But don't be afraid to at least give it a look, right? Come out to some of the programs that you're talking about and see what it's really all about. And don't be afraid of a background check, because as long as you know you haven't done anything that was horrible, you're going to be all right. You'll go through the background check just fine. And normally it takes how long for a background check to get back so that you know what's what?
Like 6 weeks or so, depending. And some people do have records. It just depends on what's on your record. And so we look closely at that. So some people do have things, but as long as it's nothing that has to do with the child.
Now, who's the big boss over there at Wordsworth?
Marjorie Nightingale.
Marjorie Nightingale, you are a Nightingale, and we thank you so much for sharing 2 of your fabulous staff members with us here on News You Can Use. We appreciate you for allowing them to come and get the word out about Wordsworth and the importance of finding good homes, safe homes for our children who need them on a temporary basis or whatever it may be. So again, thank you ladies for coming. Really appreciate it. Keep up the great work. I know that you are making your families very proud, as well as the company that you work for.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to keep it moving as we go forward with this edition of News You Can Use. Next, we are going to shine the spotlight on this outstanding, awesome charter school here in Philadelphia. It's mind-boggling to me. You know, I think of Central High or Dobbins High or some of the other high schools in Philadelphia, West Philly High, Overbrook. They would be the schools that would win the basketball championship, right? Not a charter school. We'll check that story in just a moment. Stay with us.
I think that a healthy body image means that, you know, you are comfortable being the best you that you can be.
I think it's also part of the mental mind and how a person feels that they're perceived, because if they're confident, it's going to show in the way they act, how they dress.
If you're happy with how you look, you're comfortable, that means you're happy and you're healthy.
My ideal body image would be one where someone's healthy and happy. If you or someone you know is struggling to maintain a healthy body image, visit the National Eating Disorder Association's website at www.nedawareness.org.
You are now watching LaSalle TV.
Hello, everybody, and now we're back as we continue with this edition of News You Can Use. As promised, I told you in the second portion of the program, we were going to talk about this outstanding charter school here in the city of Philadelphia, high school at that. And we have with us Mr. Noble, Mr. Andre Noble, to tell the story. You are Director of School Climate Athletic Director at Imhotep. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate you so very much, and I appreciate Dr. Imani for helping to make this interview happen, as well as Miss Tony.
Yes.
Deborah Tony?
Mama Debbie Tony.
Yes. Imhotep Charter High School has been very special to me, I guess, since it first opened with the inception of its founding. And I would often see young people, students from your school with the African dashikis on, walking and coming from school or going to school at special programs. And I said, wow, that's really nice, that's really special. But then I began to hear more positive things about the school and the Afrocentric perspective, but yet strong on academics. And then, I don't know when it was, about 6-7 years ago, you all started blowing the city away with the athletic acumen of your students as well. And I have a feeling that I'm not the only one out there in the city that thought, charter school, it's just a charter school. It's not big enough. They don't have enough players. They can't win championships. That's what I thought. And I think there's some other people who thought like me. We were wrong because Imhotep has been blowing them away. I mean, how many championships have you had?
Well, we've done well in a number of sports. Our football team just won their first state championship. Our boys basketball team has won 4, and our girls basketball team just won their 3rd public league championship in a row.
My.
Yeah, so they're doing well.
Wow, I can only imagine that the school founder, the current school leadership, administration, all the teachers and the students and the parents have to be very proud to say, yep, my people go to Imhotep.
Well, yes, I think that one of the reasons that our founder, who's Christine Thomas Wiggins.
Mama Christie,
yeah,
my
Mama
soror.
Chris. Yeah. So one of the reasons that she named the school Imhotep was because of Imhotep is the first multi-genius known to man. And she always believed that our young people, if we loved them up enough and cared about them enough and really, really worked hard, that our young people have all the potential in the world to be multi-genius and to be good in multiple things. To be good in academics, to be good in sports, to be good in whatever the fields and the interests that they have. So that's what we're trying to do.
What is your recipe for success over there at Imhotep? I mean, you've got young people who are achieving academically. You have young people who are achieving on the sports field and on the basketball court. And you have young people who are achieving at learning to love themselves and to respect their history and from whence they come. How do you do all of that in one school year?
Well, it doesn't happen all in one school year, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But you know what, one of my former colleagues said, just like you're planting and pouring water, and then our young people will grow. We are blessed that we have now our executive manager, Dr. Imani, who when she came back to our school, because she used to be our director of teaching and learning, she's just really emphasized just a simple word of love. And that, you know, if that's just the foundation that everyone starts from, of loving our young people, that any number of great things can happen. And so that's what we talk about daily.
I dare to ask this question, and I think I know the answer already. Do you all have a waiting list?
So we actually, it's just grown. We were around, on average, about 600 students on our waiting list.
On the waiting list?
That was on average, but right now we're over 1,000 folks on our waiting list.
Gosh, yeah. So my grandson, who is 11, let me do the math. He needs to have applied 3 years ago.
No, you know what? We have a lottery every year. So
lottery.
Yeah, every year you have a lottery, and then those folks that are selected in your lottery, they come in. State law also calls for, if you have a student that you have a child that goes there, and you have a younger sibling, that state law gives the siblings preferential treatment. So not to split up families. You know, we do it and host our lottery every year, and as seats become available, our director of admissions handles that and tries to fill those spaces as quickly as we can.
I think I recall a time when Imhotep Charter School, this is back in the beginning, you all had some trailers.
Yes, we used to call them modular buildings. We didn't like to call them trailers.
Okay, all right, I'll be more sophisticated. Modular buildings.
Yes, and you know what, our founder always had a vision of building a building for us, and she worked on that for many years, and that where our new building is, which was constructed in 2008, it was an empty lot, an empty abandoned lot, and now a beautiful school building sits there. Oh, you gotta come! You gotta come! So we still have Communiversity coming, where we open our building to the community on Saturdays. That's from 10 to 2 on Saturdays. And we also, next week, we're having a career fair next Wednesday. So yeah, you gotta come.
Now, the Communiversity piece, that's something that you all are pretty much trying to do annually?
So yes, we used to do Communiversity back probably like almost 10 years ago. But funding dried up, and Dr. Imani has really been focused on us reestablishing our mission and reestablishing the things that make us special, and one of it is our ties to our community. So Communiversity is a program that we open up our school to the community and offer free courses. So we have like quilt making, line dancing, doll making. They have videography, resume building, SAT prep for not just our students, but for anyone's students. So we tried to make sure that we had classes that were both for, older people in our community, but also younger. We actually
computer classes going on?
We have a computer class, and our sports teams, our basketball teams, they do like skill development for younger kids, so that we can constantly be giving something back to our community.
Very nice. Now, something else I heard about Imhotep Charter School, and I know it's true. You build graduates that go on to college.
Yes, over 90% of our students.
90% of your 12th graders every year, 90% or more.
Yes.
Go on to college and win scholarships and grants.
That's been a big part of our focus every year that I've been there since 2000, and we've been really, that's always our work, to make sure, we call them transition plans, of making sure that our young people are transitioning into something that they're interested in. And that's been something that we've been really proud of, is how many of our students go on to post-secondary education.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Do some of the students come back after they've graduated and
always? So when the breaks come, our graduates come. So that makes you feel really good that they still feel some type of connection to our school. So that does feel
That's
good.
A wonderful thing. Again, I work in my full-time life for Allegheny West Foundation, and we have an after-school program. We're working with young people. Most of them come from Dobbins, but some are from some of the other feeder schools in the area. And we do a summer youth job program and all that. And so I'm involved with that too. And the young people come back. I just had kids home for spring break, college kids who call me Miss Thera, and I don't always remember everybody's name. But I remember the faces. I'm good on faces, not necessarily on names. And Miss Thera this, Miss Thera that, and they want to come to the radio station with me. Some of them shadow me and come here to the cable studio to see what we're doing. But the best thing in the world is when you have students who come back, because
Yes.
they know that you care about them,
Yes.
and they kind of love you like a mom, or in your case like a dad, or a big brother or whatever. And it feels good when your young people come back and let you see that they're all right and that they're doing good in college.
Yes, that's a big motivator for you as an educator. So
Yes.
we're excited to have them back.
Now, I understand that the Imhotep Institute Charter High School is looking for a few good licensed and certified instructors for the fall of 2016. And I know you all just had a job fair.
Yes, we
But is there still an opportunity where people can send a resume, a cover letter?
Oh, absolutely. They can send it to our principal, was Jay Seegers. Jury Seegers is our principal, and her email address is jseegers@imhotepcharter.org.
How do you spell Seegers?
Seegers.
Gotcha.
And they can send it to her, and we're still always trying to, have our young people working with the best educators that they
Very
can
good.
work.
Oh, I hear so many good things about Imhotep, and I'm just excited for you all and what you're doing, and the fact that the vision and the dream does go on, and it doesn't stop just because one or two people have changed, that the vision is planted, the seed is planted. I believe the school's going to go on for many, many, many years to come, and may surpass some of the public schools that are out here now that have been around for a long time, because everybody doesn't have the track record that you're speaking of.
So, you know what, 1998 is the year that we opened, so we're closing in on 20 years that fast. When you think about it, that's a long time. And so I think that a lot of people know Imhotep at this point.
Sure.
And, we're just trying to work hard to become better every day. That's the goal. Dr. Imani always speaks of, we're blessed to have sacred work that we do, that this is a blessing to get to work with our youth.
Yes.
And so we're excited every day. And she comes in excited and making everyone happy every day. So yeah, we're excited about the opportunity. Website, www.imhotepcharter.com.
Okay, I want to thank you for covering it all, and you did it in about 12 minutes. Very good.
Thank
Good
you.
for you. And thank you again to Dr. Imani for making this interview happen. That just about wraps it up for this edition of News You Can Use. And I want to remind everybody, if you haven't thought about it yet, you need to really think about who these candidates are that are asking for our votes on primary election day. That's Tuesday, April 26th. We're talking about a presidential election year. We got to decide on Congress people, and then we have to go to the local races, the state rep races, and all of that. There's a few judicial races out there, and there are some ballot questions that we need to consider. So make sure that you get involved and get out and vote on primary election day. That's Tuesday, April 26th. Don't forget. And congratulations to my son and my daughter-in-law. They just had a baby. Her name is Riley Dakota Martin. So we have a new baby in the family, and we're just thanking God for a healthy baby today. Yes, we are. Everybody, you want to stay where you are on this great channel. That would be channel 56 on Comcast for LaSalle TV, channel 36 for Verizon Fios. We got it going on. Keep your dial where it is, and remember, life is fragile. Handle it with prayer.